What does it take to lead a nation at war? To fight against extremists, rebuild a broken system, and carry the weight of a nation's hopes on your shoulders. For Ibrahim Traoré, it takes courage, vision, and an unwavering commitment to the people of Burkina Faso. This is the story of Ibrahim Traoré, a young man who has defied every expectation, risen against all odds, and become an unstoppable force for change in Burkina Faso. At just 34 years old, he has transformed from a young military officer to a visionary leader, carving out a new future not just for his country but for the whole of Africa. When Ibrahim Traoré took power in 2022, he didn't simply take charge of a nation in crisis, he took on a mission. A mission to restore stability, rebuild from the wreckage of corruption and conflict, and most importantly, give his people hope. Burkina Faso, one of West Africa's most vulnerable nations, had been in the grips of extremist violence, economic collapse, and widespread insecurity. People had lost faith in their government and their leaders. In a time when coups often lead to chaos, Ibrahim Traoré broke the mold. He didn't seek power for personal gain, he sought it to rebuild a nation, to protect his people, and to provide a future filled with opportunity. Key facts: since Traoré came to power, turning prisoners into builders. One of the first major initiatives he introduced was empowering prisoners to take part in rebuilding the country. Instead of locking them away with no hope, Traoré opened up opportunities for them to work on national projects, contributing to the growth and progress of Burkina Faso. Fighting extremism head-on, under his leadership, the military launched multiple successful operations against extremist groups, regaining territories previously lost to violence. He has prioritized national security, making it clear that Burkina Faso will not be a breeding ground for terrorism. A new vision for education and infrastructure. Traoré has put a heavy emphasis on rebuilding Burkina Faso's infrastructure, focusing on roads, schools, and hospitals to ensure that the people, especially the youth, have the tools they need for a better future. A commitment to self-sufficiency. He has worked tirelessly to make Burkina Faso more self-sufficient, reducing reliance on foreign aid and promoting local industries to grow the economy. Under his rule, initiatives aimed at agricultural independence and local manufacturing have begun to show promising results. Defying the odds of leadership, despite challenges, Ibrahim Traoré continues to move forward with an unshakable resolve, demonstrating his resilience and determination to lead his people out of turmoil. For many, the word coup brings with it a sense of distrust and fear. Historically, those who rise to power through coups are often seen as power-hungry and destructive. But Ibrahim Traoré has shattered this stereotype. He has shown the world that leadership, even when it begins through a military coup, can be driven by a vision of good, a vision to restore a country and build a future for its people. Born in 1988 in the small town of Bondokai, Traoré could have followed any path. He studied geology, but his country called him to serve in the military. And it didn't take long before he stood out, taking on peacekeeping missions across West Africa and proving himself as a man of action, not just words. What sets Ibrahim Traoré apart from other leaders is his urgency. He doesn't have time to waste. His country is at war, fighting not just extremists, but a broken system. For him, every second counts. So, he's making the most of every opportunity to change Burkina Faso. Even the country's prisoners have been given a chance to contribute to the nation's rebuilding. Traoré opened the prison doors to allow these men to work, to be part of the transformation. It's about turning every resource, every person, into a force for change. His vision is crystal clear. Burkina Faso must rise on its own terms, free from foreign control, stronger than ever before. And he's willing to fight for it with every ounce of his being. The struggle is real. There are those who would like to silence him, to end his leadership and his movement. But no matter what they do, they can kill him, but they cannot kill his dream. Ibrahim Traoré is not just the leader of Burkina Faso, he's the leader of a movement. A movement that's sparking a change not just for his country, but for Africa as a whole. He is showing the world that Africa can stand on its own, that Africa's future belongs to Africans, and that the youth are the ones who will shape that future. Through his leadership, he has changed the mentality of many. Where once people viewed coups as the path to instability, Traoré has proven that with the right vision, even a military takeover can be the spark for progress and transformation. He has redefined what it means to lead, showing that leadership is not about power, it's about purpose. Ibrahim Traoré's courage, vision, and relentless drive are changing not only Burkina Faso but also the future of Africa. His journey proves that leadership is not defined by the title you hold but by the legacy you leave. And in Traoré's case, his legacy will be one of hope, transformation, and unity across the African continent. This version emphasizes the idea that his enemies may try to kill him, but they will never destroy his dream, making for a powerful and inspiring message. Together, we can be part of the change. Thank you for watching English Footing. See you in the next video.